Hi, everyone. My name is Tracy Mikuluk, and I'm here to introduce a very special guest. Fred Stokes played in the National Football League for 10 years. He played for the LA Rams, the New Orleans Saints, and the Washington Redskins, where he went on to win Super Bowl 26. I saw the ring. It's pretty awesome. He is stoked to share his stories of how he made it in a small town to the big time. Welcome, Fred Stokes, everyone.
What's going on, guys? It is a pleasure to be here with you all. I won a Super Bowl with the Washington Redskins at the time, so I have a Super Bowl ring on. It has 29 diamonds in it. So I let people hold my ring sometime, but every time I get it back, I count the diamonds in it, make sure it's there. But I'm honored to be here with you guys today. And so what I'm going to say is, as somebody said earlier, there's going to be a lot of speakers, a lot going on, a lot of singers. There's a lot of things that you can pick up from, right? So you may get something that I say, you may get something that someone said earlier, you may pick up something from a song, from a message, from a speech, but there's enough stuff here for you guys to kind of connect with, right? So you may be going through whatever, you're here, and you're here for a reason. The reason you're here is to connect with somebody and say, you know what? I understand that person. That person can relate to me. And I don't know if you guys go to buffets or all-you-can-eat restaurants, right? All-you-can-eat restaurant, a buffet. Anybody go to a restaurant, all-you-can-eat? Yeah? I hate buffets. I really do. I hate all-you-can-eat restaurants. And the reason I hate all-you-can-eat restaurants is because I either leave out of there mad because I didn't eat enough, or I leave out of there mad because I ate too much. So I'm just mad either way. So I hate buffets. But this is a buffet of speakers and singers, so there should be something that you can take with you when you leave here. So I want to share something with you today about the storm, right? Everybody has a storm in their life at some point in time. Some people have been through a real storm. I live in Orlando, Florida now with my wife, and we've been through a couple of hurricanes down there. Thankfully, our house hasn't got hit with the hurricanes, but they're pretty bad. Rain is good, but too much rain, too much wind is not good. And so if you haven't gone through a storm, some point in your life, you may go through some turbulent times and you say, man, I don't know if I'm going to make it. I don't know if I can last. I don't know if I can get through this, right? Playing in NFL was one of the hardest, most rewarding things I've ever done in my life. But I did it. And so when I retired, I built a house. And my house was, well, of course, that's my wife. Those are my boys, Lance, Landon, and Luke. So Lance is 6'7". He played at University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. Landon is 6'5". He played outside linebacker at Vanderbilt University. And Luke, the shorter one, is 5'8", 5'9". And Luke used to always ask me, Dad, when am I going to get tall? I said, I don't know. You know, I was like, and I'm like, he's like, Dad, I got brothers that are this tall. When is it going to happen for me? When am I going to get there? I said, I don't know. And Luke never grew, but Luke is an amazing young man. He's the only one that's not married. And so out of those three boys, they're amazing guys. Those are photos when I was playing with the Rams. That's me, number 60. I was a lot bigger, a lot faster, a lot stronger. That's me and my friend Charles Mann. When I played with the Redskins, they came out to California and played against us. I went back a couple of years ago, and they had the Redskins and all the teams from the Super Bowl, and I got a chance to hold the Super Bowl trophy. And this is my house. Now, I grew up in a single-family home. My mom only. I had two younger sisters, and I did not see myself playing in the NFL. I didn't see myself doing a lot. I had asthma when I was little. I had all these thoughts in my mind, like, what is going to happen to my life? I never thought about playing in the NFL. I didn't grow up saying, I'm going to be in the NFL one day. And maybe you're in the same situation. Maybe you can't see yourself doing certain things that one day you will. Don't live your life on social media, because social media is a lie. Nobody wakes up in the morning and take a picture with all the eyes all crusty. No girl takes a picture and her hair is all over the place. Everybody on social media looks good. And you say, man, I wish that was my life. I wish that was my life. I wish that was my life. But nobody tells you about the storm that they're going through. because everybody doesn't survive the storm. And you're going to hear a lot of people up here talk today about some of the storms that they've gone through, emotional storms. Well, I went through a physical storm. Mike talked about riding a bicycle. You see, my relaxing place was on the back of a horse. This is who I am, boots and jeans. I travel all over the world speaking. I had to realize that I wear boots and jeans. I don't get dressed up. I don't put a suit on. I wear boots and jeans. And some of my friends laughed at me. They go, Fred, you wear boots and jeans? Yes, that's who I am. And some of you girls got to realize who you are. Don't let other girls on social media tell you, you got to have your hair this long. You got to have your hair this color. You got to be this size, this height, this short. It doesn't matter. Boys, you looking at each other going, hey, I got to make sure I fit in. Some of you guys are really smart. Some of you boys are really smart, but you're doing dumb things. Why? Because you don't want your buddies to know how smart you are. And so you have to find a place that's just you. You have to find a place that can quiet your mind and realize, who am I away from social media? Now, I don't think that I would be who I am if I let the world tell me who I am. And so I would go to this place when I wasn't riding my horses, and I relax on the back of my porch, and I'd read a book, and sometimes I'd fall asleep. And then in 2008, after I built my forever house, this big house after the NFL, in 2008, a real storm came through my life. It came through my house, the house I built that I thought would be forever. Some of you guys are thinking that, you know what, it's going to be like this forever. No, it won't. It won't be like this forever. You make the choice. It's about choices. You have to choose. See, you can't wake yourself up in the morning, but you can choose to get up. There's somebody that laid down last night in the world that didn't wake up this morning. They had plenty of plans, but they didn't wake up. So when you wake up in the morning, you can choose to get up. You can choose to fix your face. You can make that choice. The choice is yours. But then in 2008, a Category 4 tornado came through my home and destroyed that, my quiet place. That was my bedroom. That's where I got rest and peace. Me and my wife had great conversations. But as that storm came through, it destroyed my quiet place where I spent time with my wife. That was my football room. See, when I retired, I said, man, I'm going to build this place. It's going to be mine. This will be my relax. I've got my football. I've got memories. I've got jerseys. I keep all the things up there. My boys and I watch movies there. And then something happened with that storm. All of that memorabilia was gone. You see, I had to change. There was something that happened in my life. One of my friends had moved to Orlando, Florida. One of my former teammates, he said, Fred, you ought to come to Orlando with me. I said, dude, Tim, you're crazy. I have a beautiful home. I'm relaxed here. I'm doing great here. Some of you guys have gotten stuck in a place and you said, you know what? I'm complacent. I don't think I can change. And sometimes you have to take a minute and say, you know what? I can change. But what if I stay here? There may be that storm that comes through my life, mentally, emotionally, and sometimes physically. If you stay where you are, you're going to get swept away. And my wife and I decided, just on a whim, on Mother's Day weekend 2008, we decided to go to Orlando just to see what happened. Sometimes you guys just have to say, what if I started doing my work? What if I changed my attitude? What if I changed my mindset? What if I changed the way I look at the world? What would happen? What could happen if I just decide to do that? And so when I decided to leave that Thursday morning, Mother's Day weekend, I didn't know that when I came back, my house would be gone. I didn't know that. Somebody hung out with some friends and they chose to do certain things that they didn't want to. Some girls with some other girls, and that's not your lifestyle, and you made a choice, and some of the people never came back. They never came back from that storm. And then I look at this photo, and my three boys, Lance, Landon, and Luke, would have been sleeping upstairs had I not made a decision to go and just see what happens in Orlando. Just go. What if you make the decision to change your attitude? What if you make a decision to change your friend base? What if you make a decision to start focusing more? What if you make a decision to stay off social media as much as you're on social media? You know what? I may get on there a couple of hours, but I'm not going to live my life on social media. Just maybe just for a little bit to see what happens. When I left Washington Redskins and moved back to California, I put my furniture in storage. It stayed in storage for years. I spent thousands of dollars for that. For that. If I would have known that it would have ended up in the grass, I wouldn't have paid one dime for it. But I didn't know. Nobody knows what's going to happen tomorrow. All you have is today. Today is your present. It's like Christmas. Everybody loves Christmas. Or everybody loves birthdays sometimes, so they get a present. Today is your present. Maximize the moment because you don't know what tomorrow holds. Guys, that house turned into that house. If I had not left, I'll tell you today, maximize the moment of your life and take advantage of the present. God bless you guys. See you.